Whoops. Alright, so hello everybody and welcome back to Minish Cap. In this part we'll get on with the game. So right after the third dungeon, you're going to want to equip the Cane of Posse and the Ocarina. Fly to Lake Hylia, don't fly to Castle Town yet. As I was going to talk to you, what you're going to want to do is you need to go and talk to this Minish. Because talking to him activates the next part of the run, which is the book quest. So hop out, use your Ocarina. If you didn't open the wind thing in Castletown, you will need to go this way and Shoeless Express all the way back. But if you did, fly there. Anyways. Go to the library, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and go up the stairs, don't roll onto the wall. Use the cane to flip over the portal. And make your way to talk to this Minish. And this activates actually being able to get the books. From here, if you got the red kinstone that I explained last time, then you will equip the bottle over the Ocarina. If you did not, you will equip the moments and the sword. So whatever you equip, save warp after. So as mentioned, if you did not get the red kinstone, you will go into this cave. And 1, 2, 3. Oops, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use your sword here to kill this guy, because if he does cling on to you, then you will not be able to move, or you won't be able to use your moments. Anyways, grab this red kinstone. The red kinstone that I mentioned earlier looks like that one, the red one. Right there. Anyways, make sure you have that kinstone for the rest of the run, until you use it. Next, what you will do, equip the cane and the bottle if you have not previously, or if you already had the red kinstone. Go here, flip over the pot, put out the fire, shrink, easy stuff. Here you want to make sure, don't roll here, go down left, roll once, keep walking, left, roll twice, walk up, or up right, up left, I know my left from my rights. Again, you want to make sure you don't roll into the Eslo triggers, that wastes time. From here, you will want to equip the boots. Pick up the book, make sure you pick up the book. And head left. One thing that I did not mention in the last video, is I apologize for that, is boots management, I guess, if you want to call it. If you need to roll 2 or 3 times or less, then just roll. It's going to be faster than using the boots. If you need to roll 4 times, 2, 3, 4, then it's actually going to be faster to use the boots. So depending on how far you need to go, it depends whether you roll or you run. Oops, don't crash into the postman. Usually he's not there if you just go straight there without messing around too much. Flip over the pod, don't talk to the old lady. Push this bookcase over twice, and go up. Run over here. So next you're going to need your sword and your boots. Run, run, run. You will need to kill this pesto. Make sure you kill this pesto. Got it? Great. So, we're coming up to the main glitch that makes Minish Cap the run that it is, and that is the Ocarina glitch. So I'm just gonna make sure this guy isn't in the way. What you're going to do is gotta be right up against the staircase, and what you're going to do is you're gonna press up and the Ocarina button almost at the same time, not like that. I'll try to show it off what it looks like. Not like that either. Not like that. This game runs in 60 frames per second and it's a frame perfect trick, so that's my excuse for being bad at it. There you go. So Link's gonna be in the staircase. Yeah. And you can walk around. Now, there's a few things interesting with the Ocarina glitch. First of all, you don't fall. Second of all, if you roll, the game is now soft locked. Doesn't matter what you do. You can't pause, can't talk to Eslo. If you bonk into a wall, the game soft locks. Can't roll, can't talk to Eslo. You can't fall here, but if you roll into the void, you can fall. So make sure you don't do that. Opening a treasure chest disables all these things, so everything goes back to normal, but you can still walk on air. And last but not least, playing the Ocarina disables the glitch, and everything goes back to normal. I hope that was everything. There's a few other things that I will cover next time we use this glitch, but that should be it for now. Anyways. Oh, also, I can't think of words. Exiting a location removes the Ocarina glitch. Doesn't matter. Screen transitions don't, though. And that's sort of what we're going to want to do over here. So the next part of the run is we're on top of the shop right now. We're going to want to go to Dr. Left's house, which is on the complete west side. And for whatever reason, the top of the shop, to the right side, we're never supposed to go because of the nails, is actually linked to his house. But you can't just walk there, because now you can't move. And you can play the Ocarina. And now the game is soft locked, which is a problem. So, what you're going to want to do is there's a couple of setups. I will show you mine. Lots of runners have different setups. But what I do is I line up the pixel right here of Link's shadow, and I line it up with the floor. There you go, that's really good. So I line it up so you just see one pixel of Link's shadow right there. So like just passing the floorboard. Hopefully you can see it. Full boots, and run. Yeah. That is a pixel perfect trick. If you do it anywhere, it's not guaranteed. You might get this. Oops, do I have any... One sec. Nope. Huh, interesting. Anyways, if you do end up here and you sort of look like half a piece of bread, you can't. There's an invisible wall everywhere. So that's bad. And as I showed earlier, you can just get stuck in the wall. So I guess that's pretty much it. There are two other sort of versions. If you get... Oops, right here. So Link's shadow is right in line with that. You're going to hold boots and hold right. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It worked in this case. It works most of the time. But it has the possibility to soft lock. It has the possibility to soft lock. And last but not least, there we go. Oops. Is that it? I think so. So when there's 2 pixels of Link's shadow, press boots, hold down left. There you go. Easy as that. So Link's sprite is a bit funky here. And as you'll see, the book right here is... Oops, the book right here is there. If you did not kill the pesto that I mentioned earlier, you'll need to walk down the stairs and walk back up, and the book is going to be there. But if you did kill the pesto, again, you can roll here if you want, since we transition screens. But if you did kill the pesto, as I mentioned, then that's about it. The book will be there. Anyways, play the Ocarina, or else you won't be able to make clones. Then equip the Guskar, the sword, blow off these guys. Split. And make your way all the way to the book. Again, you would have gone down the stairs and up the stairs. If you did go down and up the stairs, then you wouldn't have to play the Ocarina. Anyways, it's faster to kill the pesto. Go up here, make sure you talk to this guy. He activates the power bracelet quest, and now we're in Dr. Left's house. Next, make sure you talk to the dog. Book quest is all about talking to people. If you don't talk to the dog, then he will be in your way when you try to go up. Oops, don't fall in the water. So he would just stay there normally. Now what you're going to want to do, enter this house, and fuse kinstones with this guy, and it's the red kinstone that we had picked up either in Fortress of Winds or in the cave in Hyrule Town. That activates a warp, and we will be using that for the next dungeon. So again, press A to exit map screens. You're going to head up here, don't fall in the water like that. Not only am I showing you guys what to do, but also what not to do. Anyways, talk to this lady, drop off the book, then you'll need to talk to her again, so that you can actually go into Dr. Luck's house. Make sure you do that. After that, equip your bottle, catch a bit of water, don't crash into the guard, don't talk to him either, and run up to Dr. Luck's house. If you're holding a button, you will not be able to open the door, so make sure you're not holding A or B. Anyways, go here, roll up, drop water, pick up book, and hightail it out of there. Back over here, you're going to shrink and go back into Dr. Luck's house, because now that the fire is extinguished, we can go get the power bracelets that in normal gameplay you should get before getting the second book, but thanks to the Ocarina glitch, it's a bit of a sequence break. Anyways, make sure you only roll once here because you almost always enter the water if you try to roll twice. These cats do 3/4 of a heart of damage, so make sure you don't get hit too much. And here you'll need the sword and the cane of posse. And as it talks to you, so this part's really easy, just go here, cane of posse, jump, and there are 4 enemies that you need to kill here. Again, half heart damage each, so don't get hit too much. They take 3 sword hits. Not much else to say. And you now have your very own pair of power bracelets. Next, what you want to do, gloves, boots, save. Hold down, use your boots, and run. So as I mentioned earlier, if it's 3 rolls or less, just roll. If it's more than 3 rolls, use your boots. Here it's 4 rolls. Yeah. This rupee right here is a like, or a rupee-like, so don't collect it. You're gonna run all the way up here, bump into this tree, and equip your dust jar. I believe I mentioned this in the last video, but if you go slightly to the left, you'll go just a tiny bit faster. Worth it to do 2-3 times here. Anyways, the way here is pretty easy. The way back there are pestos, just because Nintendo's giving us the middle finger. But as we like to do, we're just going to skip that with a save warp. Oops. So push the book down, cane of posse, Ocarina, and save warp out. Now before you go back to Castletown, make sure you pick up the book. You do not want to come back here. Also, if you fall in the water here and you start drowning, then the bird won't pick you up because he's just like, nope, I'm not gonna deal with that. You shouldn't go close to drowning people. Anyways, drop off the book from Dr. Left's house, drop off the book from the mayor's cottage, and that is the book quest. We're still trying to find a way to skip the flippers, but we have been unsuccessful. Anyways, head back all the way up as you did before you started the book quest, flip over the pots, and go to the bookshelf that is more fancy looking than the others. It's like gold plated on the top or something. Alright, so next we will be collecting the flippers. The flippers are needed exactly once in the game. We use them twice though, just to make things easier. So after you talk a bit, what you're going to want to do is equip the sword and the gust jar. Since you just save warped, your sword is on, your cursor is on the sword. Anyways, use the gust jar right here. If you need it, there's a fairy in this pot. You can catch in your bottle. I do. I'm bad at this game though. If you're good, you don't need to. Anyways, this next room is slightly difficult. There are 2 scissor beetles. They take 7 hits each, so this is actually really good. That was interesting. Alright, last time. Oops. Okay, if it's facing towards you, you can just go to its side and slash it and it'll still hit. But again, 7 hits per beetle. Sometimes they drop stone pieces, so don't do that. Also, if you deflect their things, it goes straight back to them, so try not to do that because they're much easier to hit without the pinch thingies. I know what I'm talking about. Anyways, you now have the flippers. Equip the boots, equip the ocarina, and save warp. And next, we will be entering the 4th dungeon in this game, once we get there soon. One, two, three, one. If you need health, there's a heart piece right in the middle here. It will refill your health. I call it the heart piece of shame. Anyways, as mentioned, you can actually get the Ocarina glitch off of doors. It's very precise. It's not worth it in a real-time run, but it skips this use of the flippers, which is great. Unfortunately, there's no way to skip the second time we need the flippers. Oops, we're supposed to go under him. Okay. So jump here and enter the temple, which is a giant Minish portal. Yeah, fun stuff. As low text right here. So one great thing about the Pegasus boots is that right now you like slip on ice and stuff. Pegasus boots, you don't slip. Anyways, if I hadn't activated that as low cutscene, she would talk to me right here. So I just run down, roll, keep on running, keep on running. Turn. Go down the stairs, push the switch, which will activate a light source so you can melt the ice blocks, which thankfully is the only time in this dungeon that we will be pushing ice blocks. The regular route pushes ice blocks a lot in here. We can actually skip this key, but it's faster to get this key than another one. Anyways, use the boots here while you're waiting for the key to unfreeze. It's slightly faster. And we have another iteration of the Ocarina glitch. This time I'll actually show it with inputs. What you're going to do, because I don't want to show it in real time again. 1 frame up, 1 frame B, and that's it. So it's 1 frame up, then 1 frame B. It is not at the same time. If you play the Ocarina, that means that you pressed up and your Ocarina button at the same time. If you go up and down the stairs, that means that you pressed it too late. So, as I mentioned, the Ocarina glitch sort of stores your height, if I mentioned that. That's why we don't fall down. We also can't go up walls, unfortunately, but we can go upstairs, and by going upstairs, that changes our Z position, so now we can go up walls. And that skips the boss key. We just walk down here. One very important thing to note though, do not go here. You'll freeze. Oops, okay. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to get past this. If we did, though, we would be able to skip the flippers, but it's unfortunate. Also, mini side note, okay, if you roll down the stairs, you're no longer going to be able to move up walls. You saw the Ocarina glitch activated. If you roll on ice, you'll now have ice properties everywhere. So if you like sliding around, then go for it. If not, just roll again. You should be fine. Again, do not roll downstairs. Rolling downstairs is bad. You can roll upstairs though. Did I? Yeah, okay. Anyways, as mentioned, jump down here. This pot and the pot right beside it both have hearts. Fill up if you need to. Again, always run on ice. So what you're going to do here, you're going to go through the door, turn up, use your boots, and you're just going to pass by this guy by mashing A. And this is the room that we need the flippers for. Sword, gust jar, kill this guy if he's in the way. Okay. You can suck the lily pattern towards you, but it's faster to swim to it. Okay. Anyways, lily pad movement is not fun to learn. You basically just try to do what everyone else does. Or do your own thing, that's what I do. It's probably super unoptimized. Anyways, here, push 1 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, okay. Then go down, roll to the switch, roll back, you should be able to make it in time, if you're not terrible at this game. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, then push 1 down. Right here, think of this as like a square. It's in the bottom left-hand corner of the square. So just dive in to get that. Don't do that. Do that instead. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. What you're going to want to do here, you're going to press the switch, then you're going to get back on the lily pad, push it down, and swim off screen. Make sure you do it while the lily pad is still moving, because what that does is that it skips a whole section. The lily pad now magically moved here. No one can explain it, but it works, so just don't question it. Anyways, Eslo mentions that you can't see very well, so that's great. And just follow the wall, and go up these stairs. So here is the second scissor beetle fight, and thankfully the last one, I believe. That was okay. That was pretty good. Oh yeah, that was decent. I'm not doing that more than once because those fights are literally the worst. Get here, start charging out your sword. 1, 2. And push the switch. Again, don't use speed ups in a real run. Yeah, if you need more hearts, this pot and this pot have hearts. If not, use your boots. You will be going into a mini boss fight soon, so if you're unsure, load up on hearts. Here you will be taking damage, probably a heart worth, or less, hopefully less. Again, use your boots, really easy. And with the key we picked up earlier, we open this door. And we are now going to be fighting Blue Choo Choo, which is the exact same boss as in Deepwood Shrines, but this time he's blue and he has electric going around him, and you can't use the Gust Jar when he's electrified. So again, exact same fight. I probably don't need to explain this again. If you've seen the first video, you will need the Gust Jar though. Except he does do more damage when he has electric currents going through him. I guess he's made of like water or something. Dang, sometimes he jumps. There it is. This is a fairly bad start to the fight. Okay, so we started swinging left, so I'm gonna move left. Five hits, that's really good. Is he gonna jump? If he takes a pause like that, he's gonna jump, so I'm safe there, but try not to risk it too much. Oops, he's gonna jump again. So he went left. Six hits, good. Okay, here we actually want him to jump 5 times, it's much easier. But if he doesn't, that's not the end of the world, and that's terrible. So left again. And right after he dies, you're going to want to head right under the beam of light, because that is where the treasure chest is going to show up. And we get the most useless item in the game, the lantern, which we need to use exactly 1 time, and that's to beat the boss. Every other time is optional. Anyways, boots, Ocarina, save or bout. Oops. Alright, now as you've probably guessed, we are going to be doing another Ocarina glitch. So again, 1 frame up, 1 frame Ocarina. Nice. One thing that I did not say because I did not have the chance, if you jump down like this, softbox the game. Don't do it. I feel like there's something else to softbox that I didn't mention, but... Okay, I said rolling, bonking, jumping. I think that's it. Anyways, run down here. Roll to the right. You're going to roll down twice, then you're going to hold down and left. Basically, what you want to do is you want to enter the room right here. If you go too high, you'll be in the wrong room. If you go low enough, you'll be in the right room. Also, we never did this puzzle, but for some reason the switch is still down. So anyways, let me just... So you would have been, yeah, in this room, exited here, 2 rolls, down left. Should be pretty easy. Hold up, hold right, and play the ocarina. Make sure that if you're in this room, you do not go up. If you go up from this room, you'll be back over here. That's bad. Make sure you actually go to the right, then up, then to the left. If you want to explore this dungeon with the Ocarina glitch, it makes absolutely no sense how it's made. Anyways, you're going to want to jump down, but you are not going to be able to until you play the Ocarina again. So make sure you play the Ocarina. But once you do that, jump down, use your boots, run through here, make sure you stop using boots before you get to the stairs or else you're going to bonk. You'll need to equip your sword and roll past this guy. Hopefully, again, half heart damage, so try not to get hit. Charge your sword and activate the second lever. Again, don't use speed ups. Unfreezes the element, but unfortunately the sky is like, dude, that's mine. Alright, so coming up is the absolute worst boss in this game, Big Octo. I'll explain why in a second. There are 3 phases to him. The first phase is pretty easy. Stand in front of him, mash your sword. He takes 3 hits. On the 3rd hit, I go a bit more to the right, because it's just a bit easier, so you can use your boots, run right around him. Not like that. Dang. I don't want to show that off, though. Nice. There you go. If you can do that, do it. If not, just keep on going around him. So first phase is really easy. Always boulders. Second phase, he's going to start by trying to suck you, then he's going to shoot a boulder, then he's going to suck you again, then shoot 2 more boulders. So don't get sucked by him. The animation looks exactly the same on startup, so just make sure you know what you're doing. So boulder. And 2 boulders. If you manage to miss a boulder somehow, he's just going to loop that again. So 1 suck, boulder, boulder, etc. While he's freezing up, just sneak around behind him, tag his flower, and this is where all goes to crap. Third phase is completely RNG based, and he has a new attack, which is an ink phase. What that does is that the screen goes black and it wastes 30 seconds. So hopefully you get 3 boulders in a row. So since he did suck me, I know that he's going to shoot 1 boulder, then there's going to be an ink phase. And you can literally not do anything except wait around here. So best RNG possible is he shoots 3 boulders, and that saves quite a bit of time. Oops. Also, takes a heart if he sucks you. So, oh, 2 ink, of course. At least this isn't a run. He also has his regular charging attack without the ink, so that could also happen, just something to look for. Don't get hit too much by the rocks. I'm showing a pretty poor example of that. Nice! This is literally the worst RNG possible, but he's dead. He would have given me another ink though if he hadn't died. But that's pretty fantastic. So that's Big Octo. I'm not going through that again, I apologize. If you want to see it again, you may very well play the game. But anyways, this is the water element. Again, split on the white screen if you're using splits or you're racing. Grab the heart, and get out of here. Again, if you have a fairy here, it's fine if you die, because you'll just use the fairy. And that is the end of Temple of Droplets. Yeah. Basically, the ghost is going to talk to you, and I'll cover the next dungeon in the next part. That's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching.